You ever get nervous and almost have anxiety attacks thinking about going to your employer to ask for a raise because you don't know how to do it? We can talk about that today. I'm Patrick Bedivia, your host of Valuetainment, and when I think about life, I think about a lot of awkward moments. And typically, awkward moments are times when we have to ask a question from somebody and we just really don't know how the right way is to do it. This will be an example here.
So we've been dating for about 2 years now, and I'd say things are going pretty steady. Where do you see this going? Paul.
It's a really nice day out today. I mean, look at those trees over there. Look how green they are. You just don't see trees like that these days, you know what I mean?
Are you serious, Paul?
I mean, look how green that is. Wow.
Where do you see this going? Do we have a future or not? Are you even listening to what I'm saying to you right now?
What?
Do we have a future together or not?
I'm not sure I'm following.
What's so hard about answering the question?
Hold on, I gotta take this. It's debt collection. Hello? Yes? Oh, yes, I could come right now. How much do you need? 12,000. Absolutely, I got it right now. I'll head right out there. I gotta go.
So, as funny as that may be, we do have a hard time asking the awkward questions. And in business, it's how do you go about asking your employer, your boss, your CEO for a raise? So, I run my own business, and we have a lot of team members, we have a lot of staff employees, and a lot of agents. And one of the things with my W-2 employees is a few years ago, I sat them down, we had a meeting, and I said, I want to talk to you about how to ask me and the company for a raise. It was a very awkward moment because it's not every day your employer comes to you and says, here's how to ask for a raise. And I will tell you, it's probably been one of the best things we ever did as a company because it taught people how to come to me for a raise. And there are a lot of right ways to ask for a raise that we're going to talk about today, but there are many wrong ways to not ask for a raise. This would be one of the examples of a wrong way of asking for a raise.
I don't even know where to begin. I mean, looking at these numbers, I can't believe we're still in business. Quarter one, we took a big hit. We got to take off some of these guys off the payroll. We got to start laying off a few people. We can't have this.
So, I was thinking, it's time I get a raise.
What do you mean? It's time for you? You don't decide that. I decide that.
It's time to pay me. Show me the money.
Show you the money.
So if you've ever tried to ask for a raise that way, there's a reason maybe why you didn't get the raise. There's a right way of doing it. We're going to talk about that here today. Okay, so first of all, what should the mindset be of someone who's going to ask for a raise? One, I will tell you, look at it as you as the employee, you're a brand, okay? And you are making a case, this brand, you, is your client. You're the attorney. You're making a case to the judge, the jury, your employer, your CEO, your boss, why this person deserves a 2, 3, 4, 5% raise, whatever the number is. You got to go out and look at it that way when you're speaking to your boss about asking for a raise. And your number one best friend when asking for a raise, is mathematics. Let me explain why your number one best friend when asking for a raise is math. If you can come to me and you can make a case why you deserve a raise based on certain numbers that you did. For instance, hey, last year, you asked the company, our goal was to increase by 25%, I increased by 39%, and I made the company additional $696,000 out of my department, and I minimized the expenses by $328,000. I think I deserve this. And great math, boom, 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 makes sense. Yes, you get a raise, and your boss may come back and say, I won't give you 5, but I'll give you 3.5. Great, you got your raise, right? Hey, I think I did this number and you asked me to do that, and I increased retention from 17% to 29%, which made the money save $1.3 million last year. And I think based on that, I deserve a 4.6% raise. No problem. Here's what I think you'll get a 4% raise. Great. Math is your best friend. The more you can make your argument based on math, less about emotion, the better you'll be. Don't compare yourself based on, I've been here for such a long time. I'm such a nice person. I do this. That doesn't matter. In business, you got to understand that a business doesn't make it unless there is performance. If business people got paid and made money and they grew based on being good people, but bad performers, a lot of people would be out of business today. So you got to also look at yourself as well. You are yourself in business. You got to perform to keep your job and keep growing and increasing your salary. So number one is math. Number two, efficiency and value. So maybe in your department, there's not a way to have math be in your favor, although there is in almost every possible way there is math. But if there isn't, because you develop software and the software does certain things, the software still goes to retention, it goes to efficiency. You can still show speed of getting business through or getting a loan funded or getting a product to a client. It used to take us 6 days, now it's taking us 3 days to create the product and get it out. But you gotta also make a case for efficiency and the value you're bringing. Efficiency and value. And it's gotta be a measurable efficiency and value. This is what I designed, this is what it did. Okay, that's the second one. Third one, when asking for a raise. It's very important for you to be considerate of the timing of the business and the company. If it's a startup, don't ask for a raise when there's a startup, because even the CEO's barely making any money. The CFO, none of the C-type employees, they're not making any money for the first few years when the company is being built, because every money that comes in is going back into the business. So remember the timing part of it as well when a business is going through. If it's 2008 and the mortgage industry going through tough times and you work for a bank and you want to go ask for a raise, bad timing. So be considerate of the timing as well of where the company is at. If the company just went and got a loan or bonds or did certain stuff and they have to pay this back within the next couple of years, you got to understand the positioning of where the company is at when those things are taking place. Always be respectful as you're asking for a raise from whoever that you're dealing with. And last but not least, if this method I just shared with you, you approach your boss and they blow you off, even though you made the company millions of dollars and you can prove it based on numbers and you still don't get a raise, don't get upset. Go become an entrepreneur. Because when you become an entrepreneur, that is the only way where you really can control the amount of raise you're going to get. And if your employer doesn't follow a format like this, where you can purely go make a perfect case for a raise and you still don't get it, maybe it's time for you to start a business or go out there and become an entrepreneur. And you'll need to work a little harder for the first few years, but you can wake up on a January 1st, 2020 and say, this year I want to increase my income by 50%. And you could do that because you're running a business. So you need to understand the positioning on how to ask for a raise. And if you understand how to ask for a raise properly and you go to them that way, generally your boss, your employer, your CEO is going to want to work with you. And if not, go be an entrepreneur. But by the way, if you run a business and you have staff and you want to teach them how to ask for a raise, maybe this is a good video for them to watch. And if you got a friend who is nervous about how to ask for a raise, be sure to share this video with your friend as well. And subscribe to the channel. If you got any questions, comment on the bottom. Thanks for watching, everybody. So number one is math. Number two, value.
Paul, did you hear what I just said?
No. What'd you say?
I'm sorry.
I don't speak English.
Is this going anywhere? Or should we just cut it off now?
I don't speak Spanish.
Why do you keep throwing me off there? All right, Paul. Great way to act like a child. This is ridiculous.
You should get a cat. You wanna go to the zoo? Are you done talking? I keep zoning out. I'm sorry. I've got so much on my mind right now. My dog just died. Oh my goodness. My dad just had a heart attack. Oh, my house just got foreclosed.
Where are we taking this? Can you please grow up and have a civil conversation for once in your life, Paul? Paul, it's just, we've been going through so much the past 2 years and you keep avoiding me. You're not taking anything I say seriously. It's like we're just running in circles. All we're doing is running in circles and we're not moving forward. This is just ridiculous. You're playing with my emotions right now. And I don't need my emotions to be played with. I need something serious and solid, Paul.